Hi friends, this is Trilochan from Silan Software Pvt. In this video, I will explain the concept about customized exception, which is one of the important points in exception handling chapter. Also, it is very important for interview point of view. So, guys, first of all, we will know what is the definition when we define or when an exception is defined by the user based on the client requirement is known as customized exception or we can say that is user defined exception. So this is the definition. So guys, whatever we will define the exception, zero division error, attribute error, index error, all are one built-in exception. So as I have told, every built-in exception is one built-in child class where the parent class name is exception, particularly in our context. So customized exception means whatever we will define the exception based on the client requirement. So that exception we can say that is customized exception and user defined exception. For example, suppose let it one organization or one client will give assignment that for that client we will develop an application that is the application like a matrimony application. Suppose then whatever the client requirement accordingly we will develop. Suppose the client requirement is what you know what is the purpose of matrimony. So any candidate can provide the details. So after entering the detail, suppose a boy can search for a girl or a girl can search for a boy. So either the candidate or the candidate parents using the application and the parent or candidate submitting or giving all the details about them and after that submitting all the information, then immediately application will provide the response. Then application is responsible to search for a what to search a girl for a boy, to search a boy for a girl. Suppose the client requirement is suppose if the candidate age so greater than 60, then application so cannot give the response, application cannot help. So this is the suppose the client requirement. Suppose another requirement is suppose if the candidate age is less than 21, then for the marriage purpose the application cannot give the response or application cannot help. Let this type of requirement the client has, so accordingly we have to develop. Suppose suppose a candidate came, a candidate entered into our application and let the candidate provided all the information. Candidate age is suppose 99, suppose age value is 99. So after submitting all the details, after providing all the details, when the candidate is submitting, then immediately one response came, sorry, we cannot help you. That means what? Guys, give a focus. When the value, what the client meant requirement is, when the value of age is greater than 60, then at that moment we will, as a developer, as a programmer, we will throw an exception, let that is too old error. Let it. Similarly, so this exception I will throw in Python programming context, I will raise an exception named as too old error provided that age value is greater than 60. Similarly, suppose another candidate came, another candidate entered into the application. That candidate provided the age value is 14. But client requirement is if the value of age is less than 21, then again we will raise an exception. So another exception. So we can raise exception, let name it as too young error. Too young error provided that age is less than 21. Suppose let this is the client requirement. If the value of age is greater than 60, I will throw an exception. Let the exception name is too old error. This is our name. Let the value of age is less than 21. Then I will throw an exception. Let the exception name is too young error. But the point is, this is our name. Too old error, too young error is our name. Then the question may arise how the control will understand too old error is an exception, too young error is an exception. So for this, we have to analyze. We have to analyze. So if we will analyze all exception in Python programming, zero division error, index error, key error, attribute error, all exceptions are one what built-in child class, whereas exception is the parent class. Suppose I will say division, zero division error is a built-in child class where the parent class name is exception. You have to remember where the parent class name is exception. Not only exception is the parent class of zero division error, all. So all built-in exceptions in Python programming are one child class. The parent class name is exception. So we are analyzing, so if all exceptions are one built-in child class, the parent class is exception, then we can make it a too old error as a child class where the parent class name will be exception. Similarly, to young error, I will make it a child class. So we will see. So now I am using Jupyter notebook environment. So this is my Jupyter notebook environment. Now I will create a new Python file. So we will see. So just I am giving the file name. Let Python customized exception, Python customized exception. So as per the analysis, plus too old error. So already we have known how to create a child class name. Within parenthesis I will specify the parent class name exception. So now too old error I made as a child class where the exception is parent class. So here there is no need to write any statement. So I will write past statement. Similarly, I will create young error, young error as also child class. Within bracket I will write exception. Now exception is parent class. There is no need to write any statement here. So that's why I specified pass. So control will come to the next point. So guys, we have to give a focus so on the value of age as per our the analysis, as per the client requirement that we are developing. So based on age value, I will throw an exception, or I can say I will raise an exception. Suppose age, let age is a variable that I will consider. Suppose the value of age I will give through the keyboard at the runtime. So that's why I will write input, enter the age value. So input function by default treat every value as a string value. So age value I have to give an int value, so target type I specified. So target type is int, so age value when I will give, so that is int value. So very a simple logic. If age is greater than 60, if age is greater than 60, I will throw an exception explicitly. When we will throw an exception for this, which keyword I am using? A raise keyword. Okay, so raise exception name to old error. Okay, so within bracket, so I can write the description. So description is completely what depend upon you, whatever you write. Sorry, we can't help you. Let this message is sorry, we can't help you. Let else again if, so elif else again if. For this Python have a keyword elif is less than 21, then again I will throw an exception raise to young error. Within bracket whatever I will write the description. Sorry, you have to wait, you have to wait some years, you have to wait some years, else print a positive response. Let congrats. So this is my source code. So what I have done, so this is customized Python customized exception. Okay, so here what I have done, to old error is a child class where parent class name is exception. Similarly to young error that I have considered as child class where parent class is exception. So age is a variable that I have considered. The value of age must be an int value. So logic, my business logic is nothing but if else. So if the value of age is greater than 60, I will throw an exception. That exception is too old error. So now the control can understand what is too old error. It is a child class, but in this context, it is considering as an exception. Since too old error we have defined, so we can say it is customized exception or it is user defined exception. So within bracket, sorry, we can't help you. This is the description. If the value of age is less than 21, again we will throw an exception. Otherwise, a positive response that we will get. Just we see, now I will hit run. So when I execute it, so enter the age value. Suppose I will give 99, then enter. Just to see, so this output we got, error message we got, that is too old error. Sorry, we can't help you because we provided the input value 99. 99 is greater than 60, condition is true, then this statement will execute. So this message that we got, what the message from the control side that we are getting, too old error. So this is our exception, this is customized exception, this is user defined exception. The description is sorry, we can't help you. Similarly, if I will run again and suppose I will give the value 14, so then you see what I'm getting the output. Too young error. Sorry, you have to wait some years. So similarly, so 14 is less than, first 14 is greater than 60. Condition is false, then control will come to elif section. 14 is less than 21. Yes, condition is true, then body will execute. So body is what? So one exception named as too young error that I have thrown explicitly. So accordingly the message that we got. If I will run again and suppose I will give the value 29 enter, so I will get a positive response, that is congrats. So guys, this is called as what? Customized exception or user defined exception. So whatever the exception we define based on the client requirement, that is called as customized exception or user defined exception. So I hope everybody got clarity. I hope you all enjoyed with this video. Thank you.